Are you thinking about insurance? At Aquin Financial Services, we do auto, life, home, health, and business. Again, we do auto, life, home, health, and business. At Aquin Financial Services, we protect your most valuable assets.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. And as always, remember, this is Prince at Aquin Financial Services. We are here to talk about your most valuable finance, especially when it comes to your finance. The most boring subject of all time. I don't know why I love saying that, because I for some reason, profoundly, I find it is true, because it's something that nobody likes to talk about. Because I guess maybe because we don't like people to see where we lack, especially when it comes to finance, because people think they're supposed to be an expert on how to save their money, how to save their funds. But generally, when you look deep into it, we are all suck at it. 95% of us are just suck on how to save money and how to protect our investment. So today, we're gonna talk about a couple of things, but as you notice, the subject is the 5 things that you should do if you've gotten into a hit and run accident. So most likely it's happened and I didn't realize it last week, or I noticed the magnitude of how many hit and run of accident there is in the US, especially in Florida. It's a lot, really, really high. So before I get into that, for those, I'm gonna talk about this hazard insurance thing I've been getting a lot of questions about, especially for those people who has the SBA loan. For those of you guys who has the SBA loan that is over $25,000, over $25,000, I know the SBA is requesting that you guys need to have hazard insurance, including the GL, or general liability insurance, together. I had a hard time finding a company that was willing to offer it, but I finally got one. And for those of you guys who's looking for it, as you notice, the number is below, so contact us. We'll be able to help you get that insurance in a matter of 30 minutes. So as you notice, the number is on the screen. Call us at 561-290-4661 so we may help you get that insurance and get your business protected and get the requirement that you need from the SBA so you can get that additional loans. So that was just a little quick note. Also, what we're going to talk about today is basically 5 little things or nitty gritty that you need to be aware of, especially when it comes to hit and run insurance. But again, I'm not going to get into that yet, because there's also school is about to open, and that's a big subject. Pretty soon, the school is going to open about the 10th of next month. School is about open, and a lot of the parents are looking to buy vehicles for the the children. If they have 1 or 2 that wants probably going to high school, they think they won't have the time to drive that kid to school. Cars are a little bit expensive now, but on top of it is the insurance. For a young girl, it's gonna be way less, or a lot less when it comes to the premium. But for a young man, it's gonna be more expensive. Just so you guys know, if you guys have a young boy, that insurance is gonna be very expensive. Let's say if you were paying $150, expect to pay $450 to $500. It's that simple. Because they don't believe the young guy, based on the studies, what they find out, a young male is about 4 to 6 times higher and to get into an accident when it comes to a young girl. We don't want to get into that. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, before I get into the 5 top things to look at to do after you get into a hit and run, is also, let's say, let's open this area. Let's say you have your child who you just bought a car, you put the car under your name, and I noticed I've had a couple of clients that did it, and it backfired on you guys. So what I need you to be aware of, you're running the risk of a lot. So for instance, let's say you have a child, a boy or girl, you just bought a car for. You're really not going to drive that vehicle, and you know it. And what happened is, since you're not going to drive it, so your child's going to drive that car. You just add the car to your policy, and next thing you know, the car and you put the car under your name, so it's your car, but you have no intent of driving that car. So you give that car to your child to drive back and forth to schools and to go to work and do all the other stuff. Due to the fact that you don't add them, you're still paying just a little bit more, but the company doesn't know that you have your child driving that vehicle. So what's going to happen is, let's say out of odd reason, for God's sake, your kid got into an accident, which hopefully it doesn't get to that point. And since they got into an accident, now you have to report that accident. First thing they're going to ask you when you call, the insurance company going to ask you for the driver of the vehicle, who was the driver, what is your relationship to the driver, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So there's a couple of things that's going to happen. First thing that could happen is, before I say that, when you were taking that insurance, they ask you if you had any other driver at your home. You said no. They ask you if there was anyone else beside you that would be driving the vehicle. You said no. So this is where they will be able to literally deny your claim if they want. So, but what could happen is, if the accident that you got in, let's say your kid was at fault and let's say it's about $20,000 or $50,000 worth of claim, the insurance can go, well, you didn't tell me you said you did not have any additional driver. And if you had an additional driver that was going to drive the vehicle, you would have to call the insurance company to let them know that you have an additional driver. Some people trying to go around it say, oh, no, it's not a driver. It's my friend that come to my house. Okay. Again, they're going to go back, fine. You can let your friend buy your vehicle. But what's the relationship beside your friend? If they find out if the last name is the same, how ironic would that be? Your friend has the same last name as you. So that's not going to fly. So what's probably going to happen is that they could probably deny the claim, paid all the premium that you had paid him throughout within the policy term, and of course, and get kicked out of the policy. Unfortunately, it could happen. And you're going to come back and say, well, I'm going to sue them because they didn't pay their claim, or this company is bad. No, you have to understand there was an agreement between you and the company. The agreement is, I'm willing to cover you for $150 based on the information that you have provided to me. That's what it's all about. And remember, insurance rate is varied. It's from your locations, from your zip code, your location is the same thing. The type of vehicle that you're driving, the color of your vehicle, your credit. Very important. A lot of you guys don't care about credit, but you may want to consider looking into your credit. Make sure you have good credit. And then, what else? Also, another option that may be available to you is if you want to try to have your kid have a separate quote, a separate insurance quote. Sometimes it may be cheaper. Reason being, it could be cheaper for you in the long run. Let's say your child insurance is $200 or $250 for that car that you just purchased. But when you add it to your insurance, it's only $150 or $180. I would encourage you to have your child go on a policy by themselves. Reason being, because what happened is, if your kid go on the road and got into an accident, that accident going to report under your kid and under you. So your insurance premium will increase. So to avoid that from happening, even you may be paying a little bit more on the other side, it's best to have that kid have a separate policy while you don't attach them to yours. So that's a quick note for you guys. Also, keep in mind that all insurance companies are vary when it comes to pricing. They're not gonna be the same. They will never be alike because they all compete for your business in some shape or form. They will always try to add a little bit of incentive just to make sure that they can cater to you, so you can appreciate what they bring, the value that they bring to the table. So we're gonna take a quick break before I get into the 5 things that you need to do to get if you were to get into a hit and run accident. What is important, what you should do, what you should be looking out for, who you should call, and also, my goodness, I keep saying also because there's so much that I keep on coming in my head. All right, let's take that break. We'll be back.
Need life insurance? Then contact our professional and friendly team to learn more about our range of custom and tailored services designed to suit your exact needs. Every one of our professionals have acquired years of experience, which ensures you get the very best. Our experienced staff are waiting to hear from you and to answer any specific questions that you may have on how we can meet your needs. Just ask for a consultation and let us prove our commitment to you, as we promise to maintain the highest level of quality and commitment. Your satisfaction is our prime concern. So please don't hesitate to get in contact with us and let us show you all the great options we have.
Yes, I am back. Thank you guys for watching again. Remember, as always, please like, share, and subscribe our videos. That's what keeps us going. That's what motivates us to come back with another video. Based on the most active or the most asked questions, we will continue to come in and start to give you more of what we gone through and what you're hearing from based on you guys. So that's what our videos based on. Okay, whatever most question asked for the week, we're gonna bring it up to live so we can go ahead and give you guys more or answers based on questions. All right, the 5 things that you need to know when you got into a hit and run. Hit and run is basically someone who may not have insurance. If they don't have insurance, most likely they will probably run. And if they have some type of problem with the law, they will run. And sometimes those people are just scared. They figure that the best way to solve the problem is to run. So if somebody hit your car, or if you hit somebody's car, my recommendation is do not run. Is to stay on scene and stay on scene and see if you can work it out with your insurance company, or work it out with the other person that is the victim of your, I hate to use that word, but of your negligence of the accident. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay, first of all, if it's not something severe, what I'll say, the first thing that you need to do is move your car to a safe spot. So do not move too far away. If they hit you right there and then, move to a separate and safe spot, just so that the flow of traffic can continue. That's the first thing. Move to a safe spot. And the second thing is also, if you're by yourself, automatically what I'll say is for you to call the police. Now, if you're not by yourself, and if you're conscious enough, you have your sense on you, look to see if your drivers, if whoever your passengers or your someone in your back seat, to see if that person is safe. Now, if everybody is safe, okay, if everybody's safe after you pull into a safe zone or a safe area from the accident or where the accident has occurred, you want to call the police. When you call the police, you want to make sure when they come, you get a police report. So call the police, and while you're waiting on the police, the third thing you want to do is to make sure that you try to remember everything that you can possibly remember. Do not try to alter anything. Just leave it as it. Say, this is exactly what happened, and this is how it happened. So you can have the police officer a better idea of what's happening. And also, if anybody that saw the accident, that can be a witness on your behalf, or that can say, okay, this is what happened, you might want to make sure you talk to that person and talk them into it until the police officer come, so you guys can dispute that as well. And of course, number 4, what you want to do before you call, while you're waiting on the police, number 4, when the police come, get your police report no matter what. Always you want to get a crash report, just so if the police, if later you would need it, so you can call your insurance company and have the insurance come and do what we call an assessment on the vehicle, just to make sure that you get rewarded accordingly to what is needed. Now, number 5, I told you guys I'm going to make it short. Number 5, while you were waiting, I'm sorry, that should have been number 2. If you were or jotting down what happened, you should have, if you could, get the person plate number of the vehicle. Trying to remember what type of car it was. If it was a pickup truck, if it was an SUV, if it was a semi truck, whatever it was, you might want to remember what color is the car, what type of model of the vehicle. If let's say is it a 2000, you think between, is it Tundra, Toyota Tundra, what kind of car is it? What color was it? So you can give the officer a better idea of what kind of car to look for, to look out for that particular hit and run. So when they're doing the investigation, and where was that other vehicle hit, or where did that car hit you? If they hit you on the side, so which side was it? The right side, the left side? So if they're looking at the other person's car, they could see the right side has a scratch or the left side has a scratch, so they can compare to your actual damage to see if this is the right person. And even if the person run, if you get the tag, they can go wherever they want with the tag number and the color of the vehicle and the model. If you can get those 3 things, that should be sufficient enough for the police officers and to run that tag and find out the location of that particular person. So that would help you to clear things a lot better and a lot faster. And guys, take pictures of the damage of your surrounding, and so you can better relate to what it was, because we tend to forget things as they go older and older. So you want to make sure you can take pictures, or if you can even voice record yourself, voice record it, just to keep that information fresh whenever you can go back to that particular scene, and you can relate it back to if you have to go to court. But also, my biggest thing is I always encourage you and that other person to work it out. It's always best if you could. If the damage is not hectic enough and you guys can work it out, work it out. It's best for you and that other person. So guys, I don't have too much today. I wanted to keep a short video. I wanted to let you know what you need to be aware of, especially when it comes to a hit and run accident. Do not run. It actually make it worse when you run. And for Florida alone, I was doing this little research before I go. I wanted to touch a base on that one. It's crazy to see how many hit and run there is in Florida. It's insane. It's just staggering to see. For Florida, we had a total of 208,970 run crashes, right? That's the total we had. In fatal, we had 1,724. In total injury, we had 86,260. And total bicycle crashes, we had 3,315. How about bicycle? Okay, yeah, bicycle. I just said that, right? Yeah, bicycle fatal crashes, we had 880. So it could be dangerous for those, especially for those guys who's driving a bike or in the middle of the road. And I don't know why people does that sometimes. I just think it's just crazy because you're just putting yourself in danger. For hit and run crashes, we had a total of 57,565. That's insane. Fatal is 153. Remember, these are all hit and run, okay? And of course, hit and run injuries was 13,027. So this is just in Florida alone. So for those of you guys who's driving without insurance, don't you wonder why my insurance and your insurance is so high? Because somebody got to pay for it. Thank you guys for watching. Remember what we do here at Aquin Financial Services. We protect your most valuable assets. Yeah, guys, have a great day. Thank you, guys.